How many sub-tribes were the Levites divided into? How were the duties of Kohath, Gershon, and Merari organized? Did this foreshadow an eternal tabernacle? Let's look at Numbers 4. What were the responsibilities of the Levitical tribe of Kohath in the tent of meeting? What were their ages of service? The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Take a census of the Kohathite branch of the Levites by their clans and families. Count all the men from 30 to 50 years of age who come to serve in the work at the tent of meeting. This is the work of the Kohathites at the tent of meeting, the care of the most holy things. When the camp is to move, Aaron and his sons are to go in and take down the shielding curtain and put it over the Ark of the Covenant law. Then they're to cover the curtain with a durable leather, spread a cloth of solid blue over that, and put the poles in place." What were the responsibilities of the Levitical tribe of Kohath on the table of showbread, etc.? On the table of showbread they shall spread a blue cloth, and put on it the dishes, the pans, the bowls, and the pitchers for pouring, and the showbread shall be on it. They shall spread over them a scarlet cloth, and cover the same with a covering of badger skins. And they shall insert its poles, and they shall take a blue cloth, and cover the lampstand of the light, with its lamps, its wick trimmers, its trays, and all its oil vessels, with which they service it. Then they shall put it, with all its utensils, in a covering of badger skins, and put it on a carrying beam. What were the responsibilities of the Levitical tribe of Kohath on the gold incense altar? Next they must spread a blue cloth over the gold incense altar, and cover this cloth with fine goatskin leather. Then they must attach the carrying poles to the altar. They must take all the remaining furnishings of the sanctuary and wrap them in a blue cloth, cover them with fine goatskin leather, and place them on the carrying frame. They must remove the ashes from the altar for sacrifices, and cover the altar with a purple cloth. All the altar utensils, the fire pans, meat forks, shovels, basins, and all the containers must be placed on the cloth, and a covering of fine goatskin leather must be spread over them. Finally, they must put the carrying poles in place. The camp will be ready to move when Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the sacred articles. The Kohathites will come and carry these things to the next destination, but they mustn't touch the sacred objects, or they'll die. So these are the things from the tabernacle that the Kohathites must carry. What were the responsibilities of Eleazar the son of Aaron in the tabernacle? The duty of Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be the oil for the light, the sweet incense, the continual meal offering, and the anointing oil, the requirements of all the tabernacle, and of all that is in it, the sanctuary and its furnishings. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "Don't cut off the tribe of the families of the Kohathites from among the Levites, but do this to them, that they may live and not die. When they approach the most holy things, Aaron and his sons shall go in, and appoint everyone to his service and to his burden. But they shall not go in to see the sanctuary, even for a moment, lest they die." What were the responsibilities of the Levitical tribe of Gershon in the tabernacle and the tent of meeting? The Lord spoke to Moses, "Take a census of the Gershonites also by their households and their clans. You'll enroll those from 30 to 50 years old, all who are eligible for service to do work in the dwelling. This is the duty of the Gershonite clans, for work and for carrying the load. They'll carry the fabric of the dwelling, the meeting tent with its covering, the outer covering of fine leather, the screen for the entrance of the meeting tent, the curtains of the courtyard, the screen of the entrance at the gate of the courtyard that surrounds the meeting tent and the altar, their cords and all their equipment for their work. They'll do everything that needs to be done with these objects. All the duties of the Gershonites for carrying their load and for their work will be at the command of Aaron and his sons. You'll assign to them the responsibility to carry their load. This is the work of the Gershonite clans in the dwelling. Their responsibility will be under Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest." What were those of the Levitical tribe of Merari in charge of carrying for the tabernacle? As for the sons of Merari, you shall list them by their clans and their fathers' houses. From 30 years old up to 50 years old, you shall list them, everyone who can come on duty to do the service of the tent of meeting. And this is what they're charged to carry, as the whole of their service in the tent of meeting. The frames of the tabernacle, with its bars, pillars, and bases, and the pillars around the court with their bases, pegs, and cords, with all their equipment and all their accessories. And you shall list by name the objects that they're required to carry. This is the service of the clans of the sons of Merari, the whole of their service in the tent of meeting, under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. How many of Kohath were there able to serve at the tent of meeting? So Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of the community registered the Kohathites by their clans and their ancestral houses, men from 30 years old to 50 years old, everyone who was qualified for work at the tent of meeting. The men registered by their clans numbered 2,750. These were the registered men of the Kohathite clans, everyone who could serve at the tent of meeting. Moses and Aaron registered them at the Lord's command through Moses. How many of Gershon were there able to serve at the tent of meeting? The tribes and the ancestral houses of the descendants of Gershon were numbered from 30 to 50 years old. That is, everyone who entered the service to perform work at the tent of meeting. The total, according to their tribes and ancestral house, numbered 2,630 from the tribes of the descendants of Gershon, everyone who would be serving at the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to what the Lord had said. How many of Merari were there able to serve at the tabernacle? For those that were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, throughout their families, by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone that enters into the service for the work in the tabernacle of the congregation, even those who were numbered of them after their families, were 3,200. These be those that were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron numbered, according to the word of the Lord, by the hand of Moses. What was the total number of Levites serving in or carrying the tent of meeting? All the numbered men of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the leaders of Israel numbered, by their families and by their fathers' households, from 30 years and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who could enter to perform the work of service and the service of carrying in the tent of meeting, their numbered men were 8,580, according to the word of Yahweh, by the hand of Moses. They were numbered every one by his serving or carrying. Thus these were his numbered men, just as Yahweh had commanded Moses. Did John see a greater tabernacle awaiting us in our blessed eternity? And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is among the people, and he'll dwell among them, and they shall be his people, and God himself will be among them, and he'll wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there'll no longer be any death, there'll no longer be any mourning, or crying, or pain. The first things have passed away. How many sub-tribes were the Levites divided into? How were the duties of Kohath, Gershon, and Merari organized? Did this foreshadow an eternal tabernacle? You decide.